Hey, so this looks different. Yeah, you may notice we're in a little bit of a different space. This isn't my usual filming environment, and I wish I could show you more, but that would defeat the entire purpose of this video and this new series onto my channel. As you may have saw in a recent video, I might have talked about this. I did a little update where I showed you my actual space that I'm in right now. I moved houses. With that, it means that I get a larger space to film now. So I converted a 2-car garage into a fully functioning YouTube video studio. Every single Friday, you're gonna be seeing a little bit more of me build this studio myself. So with that being said, subscribe because we're doing this weekly. So let's take it back to the very beginning, to my old house as I was starting to move. So I am actually moving spaces, getting a different office. So I have to tear down my current office so we can go there. I did a pretty bad job at filming this to begin with, but this is where we are at so far. As you can see, all of the panels on the walls are down, and right now I'm working on consolidating this since I'm still gonna be here for like another day or two and I have to do some work. So it's just gonna be the computer. There's so many cables, so many water bottles, but you know, you gotta stay hydrated out here in the desert. Let's drink some water. But this room, oh my God, this room is so small. I'm surprised looking back at it that I can manage to be in this room with all of this stuff, and I don't even have that much stuff. Just the room itself makes it look like I have so much. But my way of thinking was, let me get my stabilizer, the Red King, in since it has its own bag, and then let me just fill up my camera bag just as much as possible. Just throw as much things in there as possible. And that was really filled to the brim. That camera bag was like 20, 25 pounds. But that's it. That's my room. That's all. And it's so weird looking at it empty. Looking at some of that footage, my space was so small before. It was like really, really small, and I had so much stuff, it felt like. That's where we're at now. So we went from this house, and now we're at this house. I wish I filmed what this garage looked like to begin with, because there was dressers and just a whole bunch of trash, but I started filming right after we took out all of the beds and the bed frames and stuff like that. So the very first step in getting this studio up and running and converting it from a garage is just cleaning it up, getting rid of all of the trash that the last tenants left behind. And a lot of trash there was, indeed. So this space has a whole bunch of stuff. I can't reiterate that enough. It has a lot of stuff in here. You can see dresser, random storage units, a broken vacuum, screens, all of this extra stuff that is just like, why is this here? This was probably one of the harder parts of this build. I knew when I first moved here that I wanted to convert this garage into a studio space. But actually getting to the point where I do that is difficult, especially when I have to do all of this extra work, all of this cleanup to even start working on it. I can't just, wake up one day and bam, I can start working on it. No, I have to clean up and do a whole bunch of extra work, do all of this prep work before I can even start converting it. But this truck came in handy. It really did. I did not think of this beforehand. I didn't get this truck to load up all of this stuff. Now that all of that trash is out, I finally have a clean slate and I can start just working on converting this space into a studio. So what is the very first step in converting a garage into a studio space? Well, that first step would be taking off the garage door opener. You're never gonna realize that this is a garage. You don't know that unless you look at it from the outside, because I kept the garage door itself. With this entire process, everything is a lot more intimidating than it actually is. If you want to build your own studio, you can. You definitely can. I don't have any experience doing any of this. Definitely not. Don't be intimidated by a lot of this stuff. If you want to do it too, you definitely can. This was the very last piece in taking down that garage door opener. So now, as we look at the room, it's completely empty, ready to build, ready to put in a wall.